Hello, everyone. This is Triton Baduk, and yeah, I want to bring you another one of my Fox games. Looks like we're on, was that game 41 or something like that? Another 1Q game. I decided to change a few things up just for fun, mainly. And I've been having a couple problems with the audio software that I'm using. I think I figured out what was going on. There was some sort of software communication type of issue that was causing problems, but we'll find out if it's fixed. Anyway, let's just get into the game. If you like that I have this other little camera thing set up, I keep looking down. I'm not supposed to be looking down at the little camera, but if you like that I have this set up, let me know. I think it's kind of a fun way to set it up. And I think I can look more directly at the camera this way when I want to talk to you guys specifically. Okay, another game. I am white. Everyone else has run away so far, and I do not blame them. And oh, this is going to be interesting. Almost like a Sanrense, just a little bit different. So I'm just going to approach on the top just for fun. See what they want to do. Take the corner because that's what they want to do. And they want to block that way. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Oh, okay. Well, I think for now, we did look this up. And so the correct punishment is this Hane here. And it's actually supposed to be a cut here. But we'll see what he decides to do. Okay, he connected, so he knows what is going on here. So that's good to know as well. Oh, interesting. So I guess the thing that he's saying here is if I jump here, he can pull this stone out, cut, and cut through that jump. So it's not really good to jump here. So he's connected enough. So that makes sense. So if I want to come out here, I want to do like a diagonal or something a little different, I guess, or just capture directly, which would prevent him from connecting up. I'm not really too worried about that for now. So I think what I want to do is actually just enclose my bottom left corner. I think that's very important to do. Oh, he wants to protect this side. That side, as I said, it doesn't really matter too much because he can basically connect up whenever he wanted to. But he is going to be able to build a little bit here now if he does connect up. But I think just playing on the bottom is perfectly acceptable. I can go all the way to his stone, or I can back off a little bit. Or we can enclose the top left corner. I think I want to prevent him from building too much, so I'm going to approach his corner instead. You could do some sort of attachment thing, but just playing like this is perfectly fine. He's already very, very invested over there. So I think I'm happier to play something on the bottom of the board to protect my group there, because he could have pincered and attacked there, but he decided not to. And now he wants to just take some territory, I guess. If he wants to do that, that's fine. This attach on top is just to connect everything up for me. He can go underneath, and that's fine. And I'm not really worried about it. We can get a little bit of extra forcey moves from this. We can extend. And we get this move. So I don't know how useful that will be, but it was free, so I decided to take it. He doesn't really have any weakness on the board, so I wouldn't mind just backing off on the left side now. I'm still building a bit in the middle. And he wants to just reduce, or just invade, I guess. And here I get to take my corner. So I feel very comfortable there. I guess he actually didn't know that he could connect up. This move is telling me that for sure. Because if he pulled this stone out, he'd be able to connect up here. That's interesting. So here we have some influence. And there's this weak group. There's a couple ways to try to attack. We do this sort of a knight's move here. If he jumps, we can jump in. If he attaches, we Hane, we get a little bit of influence here. We could also try to push him down. And that would also be fine. I think I prefer just pushing him down. And we just get a little bit more influence this way. Normally, they would wedge. In this case, this is bad. He's just going to give me extra territory here. Because I get to extend, and I can Hane, because I'm very strong here. So I still get the same amount of influence. But one of the really great benefits that I get here, of course, this is a really, really bad exchange here. One of the great benefits I can get here is this Atari. So I can take this now if I want to. And he's attacking. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing, actually. It seems like he's trying to attack, but I'm not really sure what he is attacking. So we want to prevent him from jumping out towards the center. So I'm going to play the knight's move here. He doesn't really have that many liberties, and this group is going to be hard to live with, so it's not a really good idea. Just surround on the outside. We don't need to worry about trying to really cut any stones off. This is usually a vital point, so I kind of want to play it, but he can defend and sente. Okay, just connect, connect, connect. And here, this is where our influence is going to be very, very valuable. Oh, that's an interesting move. Jumped all the way down to there. So I don't mind just blocking this area off. Extending down. He still needs to live. He needs 2 eyes in this very small area. This was a very questionable idea for him. I could jump here, but I think blocking is perfectly acceptable to do as well. So I'm just going to block. I'm not going to try to kill. I had to think about that for a second, though. He can try to live if he wants to. So we can play very simple moves. Just reducing from the outside is almost always the right idea, right? So if we play this one, and he blocks, we play this one, he has to play somewhere to make 2 eyes, right? We can also get rid of the eye that's down here, because we can connect up on either side. So just pushing in through here, just to reduce the eye space, should be okay. And now you see there's only really this 1 eye here. If he plays this move, it's not actually sente. This move, like none of these moves are sente because this stone can be captured. So you can just throw in here if you want to. If he plays this one, that's a little bit annoying. So you could throw in here first if you wanted to. Let's just do this one because we can connect up on either side. And even if we're not connecting up, we can throw in to make it a false eye. Like this. Yep, just throw in here. We can just block. We could back off too. Backing off might be a little bit better because of the cutting points, so I'm going to back off. And that one is not sente, so I can just throw in. Because the cutting stones can be captured. And now it looks like he is going to try to cut and attack, which makes sense. So the weakest group here is definitely this group of 4 stones. And so we want to prioritize that. If he cuts here, we just Atari and net, and there's nothing there. So I just want to extend the liberties on this group, and then we can protect the cutting point here. And this move is not sente. So we could decide to keep protecting our weaker side, or we could answer to maintain more strength in this group. But I'm going to protect the weaker side first. Just jumping over here should be fine. Jumping towards my corner and surrounding him on the left as well, because this group is weak. Yep, just connect should be fine. And then here, I'm just going to connect up my group. Now my group is perfectly connected, and he's the one that has to worry about the center. And I'm just going to keep backing off here until just all the way, I guess, probably fine. Because now we can block. And we have a lot of liberties out towards the center. The liberties facing the center of the board are going to be a little bit more important. So now I can connect here. If he turns here, this is a trick to try to get this Atari in. But now we can capture this stone if we want to. So let's capture this stone. Now he's playing on the left. See, we're already connected here because this is just a net, so we don't have to worry about anything. This is why I decided to turn to stay extremely strong. All of these outside liberties are very, very important. I'm going to extend down, not to kill him, just to have better liberties on my group. He can live. I'm pretty sure he can live, right? Yeah, he can just live perfectly fine. But now we want to prevent him from getting this Hane in the center. When I extend here, now these 3 stones are going to be in a little bit more trouble. Okay. So we want to block him from getting stuff in the bottom side here. This is interesting. Okay. Let's keep him blocked. We could extend down. If he does this one, then it's just an Atari, and there's nothing there. Yeah, this part's all just reading, so it's not too big of a deal. I'm not looking towards the camera too often, but I'm looking at the game, right? It looks like I'm looking at the game. That's all that matters, right, guys? Sometimes you can see now how many times I am looking obviously down and stuff too. So if I like this, if I get used to this, then I'll be changing up my background as well. I'm going to move stuff around, clean stuff up, etc. Yep, I'll just connect. And it looks like I can just connect here. There's this missing liberty here at D7. So he's not going to be able to do anything with this group of stones. Now you can try to live with these stones. The most important part here now is to make sure that this group doesn't come in under any attack. So I want to just very lightly pressure him. And this gets us a little bit of eye shape as well. We can also peep at him for fun. And then we don't really have any cutting points, so we don't have to play the tiger's mouth here. We could do a jump or something as well. But I think the tiger's mouth is the most obvious eye shape, so that's what I'm going to be playing. I have at least, that's a questionable move, but I have at least one eye here. But in this case, oh, he resigned, okay. I was about to say, in this case, it looks like I can cut this stone off, and it becomes a little bit of a fight. It may not be a good idea to do that, though. So let's look at why that might not be a good idea. If I open up this game analysis, look at the review board, and fix the review board. OBS does not like Fox review board. I understand. So this is my first instinct here, and this might not be a good idea. Mainly because, not that, mainly because it's difficult to say who is actually weaker here. I don't really have anywhere that I can run to, right? So maybe if there was no liberties and I could do something like this, then maybe I could get some sort of exchange. But he has this extra liberty here. Because of that, it's going to be very hard to do anything here. And I'm just going to have to keep running towards this direction and hope that I can connect to this somehow without losing my stones on the top, right? So this is how you would end up in a bad situation here. Is trying to jump and still attack this. So I think this move was actually pretty good. So something that I would consider next is just jumping down towards this direction. The more strength I get towards the bottom, the more likely I could jump up and do that attacking variation. If he just defends, then we can just play very basic moves. And it looks like I likely have 2 eyes here now, and there's no problems. And he is just dead over here. If we use the score estimator, it says that I'm ahead by 42.5 points. Now, something that I think he was like worried about a bit too much, which probably got me a bit too far ahead. And I want to point this out just very quickly. And I think that'll be it, honestly. Of course, taking territory, I know sometimes with this, the AI is actually perfectly fine with doing this pretty early on. So I know this is actually acceptable. So it doesn't feel very good. I think it's, first of all, better for him to have attacked down here. Now the board is split up much better, and it's something that you might be able to handle a bit more easily. compared to giving me influence and trying to fight me like that instead, right? But here, this is where he was sort of going wrong, is that he can always do this move. If I do this, this is terrible for me. Oops, not that. That would be actually still probably bad for me. But I'm just running out with the group in the middle of the board. There's nothing here for me to do. It doesn't make any sense. He's strong everywhere else on the board. Yes, there's a little bit of a wide gap here, but all he has to do is attack from this direction one time. Everything's fixed. So I'm not going to be running out with that. I'm going to be Hane and capture. And now he has a very thick position in the center of the board. So he doesn't really need to keep defending this area at all. What he needs to do is attack, right? And this also means, like I mentioned earlier on, that I can't even jump towards the center to split him off. Because now he can still do this. And if I decide to do this again, what am I attacking? I'm not attacking anything. It's the same exact situation. I have to be very aggressive and try to attack him. But the more that he comes out, the more I'm probably going to die. So it doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's really the main thing that I think was this problem, is he focused way too much on the top side of the board when he didn't really need to. But his playstyle was very interesting. So before we go, I do want to check, do a quick check to see how he's doing. He's actually doing fairly well, pretty even at 1Q. And he has been to 1 Dawn before. So if he knew about that connection on the top, and if he just attacked my stones on the bottom, that those two very small differences would probably bring him back up to 1 Dawn, maybe even give him closer to 2 Dawn, just changing that very small idea already. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And before we leave, I do want to say a quick thank you to the people who are supporting me on Patreon. Every little bit of support is extremely helpful. And it's because of your guys' support that I'm able to go over to Go Congress this year, which is just in 1 month now. It's not that far away. So I hope these videos are really helping you in preparation for Go Congress as well, or the US Go Congress, right? If you want to see any more of my content, you can also check out my YouTube membership. I have 2 videos on there now. It's brand new, and I hope to be posting at least a few more by the end of this month. I believe you also get some emotes you can use in my comment section, not just during my live videos. As far as I can tell, it seems to be possible to use them in the normal comment section down below. And you also get the little beard badge that I made, which is kind of fun. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this game. I hope you guys are having a good day, and have fun.